I actually just bought that Crossfire for $2,800. Could have been a mistake, but the fact that it was a 6-speed makes me want it. I hope I don't regret that Chrysler Crossfire. I started bidding on it at $2,200, and just like my Audi S4, I got sucked into bidding. I think I paid $2,700 or $2,800 plus fees, so I'm gonna own that car for over $3,000. But that engine's pretty reliable, especially to find that a 6-speed is really rare. The spoiler worked, which is kind of neat. And it's a project, so we can have some fun with it. We can bring it back to life. We got a dent here. It looks like the whole thing's been painted. The wheels have been spray painted. This thing is rough. We got a little bit of rust right here. Leather's in good shape. And why is there no headliner in this car? Why? How did I not notice that last time? I stuck my head right in that window. How did I not notice there's no headliner? That is weird. All right, let's start it up. Let's start. All right, it starts. That's a good sign. What lights stay on? ABS, BAS, electronic slip protection. Spoiler button here, heated seats here, an aftermarket radio. I mean, a toy, rear wheel drive, 6-speed, under $3,000 with a Mercedes 6-cylinder, the good engine. I think this is a 3.2 liter, so like their C320 engine. All right, last oil change was 110. For mileage, we have, oh no, oil is due at 110. We have 105 on it. So the services are up to date. We have no books. It smells weird in here. All right, I don't know. We'll drive it home and see if it's a winner or a loser. Worst case, we have another project. Look at that stupid exhaust. Why would somebody do that? We have some spider cracks in the bumper, a little bit of rust bubbling there. These look like they've been truck bed coated. Nope, that's a Plasti Dip. All right, that's a good sign. Maybe we can get that off. Okay, somebody just sprayed Plasti Dip all over the wheels. I like that. Satisfying to peel it off. A little bit of rust right here as well. Ugh. Maybe I can pull that off and paint it silver again. We'll polish the headlights. Got ourselves another project. Another video at least. So this car is quite possibly the worst purchase I've ever bought at auction. It was a complete like spontaneous impulse buy. I couldn't resist because it was a 6-cylinder, because it was a manual transmission, because it was $2,500. And every time I look at it or try to drive it, it gets worse and worse and worse. And in today's video, we're gonna try to bring it back to life. All right, this right here, although says Crossfire and used to say Chrysler right there, and says Chrysler right there, and used to say Chrysler right here, is actually a Mercedes-Benz SLK 320 with Chrysler coverings all over it. It's the same car as the SLK 320 minus the convertible top. What's really cool about it is it comes in a 6-speed transmission. That right there is a 3.2 liter V6 engine from Mercedes-Benz. The thing that really attracted me to this car was that right there. A Gen Z anti-theft device. That is a handshaker. That is a standard transmission. In this car is actually really rare. I've never seen one myself ever. And that's why I bought it. Hoping on a gamble that this car is going to be a win. As of now, it has hit everything but the lottery. We have some spider cracks in the bumper. We have some rust right here. It looks like the wheels were, oh, I hope this is, then going down, like everything has been painted. The headlights need a restoration. The grille is just absolutely terribly ugly. And then it was painted up here as well. We have another foggy headlight. Going down the body, actually I said it looks like it hit everything but the lottery, but it's in pretty good shape. And then there's like a little rust bubble right there and some rust right here. Now this car, and some more spider cracking right there. And then what the heck did they do to the exhaust right there? Going to the inside, it gets worse. Now we've already started detailing this car. When we bought it at the auction, it was way worse, but it still kind of smells like chloroform. Don't ask me how I know what chloroform smells like, but it's like really pungent in here. And there's no headliner. Ding, 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 ding. Sounds like the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz. Car, complete Mercedes here, complete Mercedes there. Everything but that logo inside is actually a Mercedes car. All right, let's get in the shop and get started with this church. So today's sponsor is a special thanks to MD Hair. MD Hair is probably a product that could appeal to a lot of our viewers. Thinning hair, male and female. MD Hair is the product for you. MD Hair is the world's first medical grade hair regrowth treatment customized to the exact cause and type of your hair loss. I have have been blessed enough to not have any hair regrowth struggles. Not all of you are as fortunate. So MD Hair has customized hair care shampoo, hair care conditioner, a customized hair care serum, and then also a marine collagen to mix with your coffee or your protein shakes in the morning. My wife actually uses this stuff too because it promotes hair, skin, nail, and joint support. Through the subscription, you also have unlimited access 24/7 to chat with dermatologists for real-time changes to the treatment. It's catered to you and your specific needs. Everybody's hair treatment's different. Everybody's hair loss is different. You can go on there with photos. You can take tests to see what's best suited for you and go from there. There is a link in the description down below for yourself to go learn more about MD Hair and how it can fit your needs with hair loss and hair thinning. Best of luck. Link in the description. Thank you, MD Hair. Go check it out for yourself. You can customize your hair treatment with MD Hair. And if you use the link down in the description, you get $29 off your first month subscription. Go check it out. Thank you, MD Hair, and thanks to all of you. While it's in here, let's go over the headlights. We're starting with the headlights because we have a car on the lift for service already, so we're gonna get going on like cleaning this thing up. Headlights before, you can see how cloudy they are, and they actually have like a texture to them. We're gonna take, what is that, 1,000 grit?
This is 1500.
Okay, have you used 1,000 already?
Yep, I'm done with 1,000.
Okay, so we'll start with 1,000 grit, just wet sanding, keeping it wet. It's gonna run off yellow. Did it run off yellow before?
Yep.
Okay.
Actually, I started with 800 first, 10,000, now 1500.
Perfect. So it gets from yellow to white, and then it starts to just get clear. Rasul's using a spray bottle to just spray it off as he goes. Make sure to keep it wet. As it clears up, once it gets clear, you're pretty much all set. You can see like the white haziness. Once that white haziness is just clear water and like film running down, you're good to do like a rubbing compound to get rid of the sanding marks, and then you can use a polish on it afterwards. That looks good. So this is a rubbing compound?
Yep.
Great. Wow, I love doing headlights. This headlight transformation is incredible. The grille is terribly ugly, but now it's time to start detailing the car. So we're gonna scrape the windows down. There was film on everything. Like seriously, these seats and the plastic trim everywhere had some type of sticky film on everything. We then extracted the carpets, cleaned the floor mats, and then conditioned the leather seats after we vacuumed them. There was stuff everywhere. I mean, deep in this car. It was really, really difficult to get it all out. So after we vacuumed it all, we soaked the carpets and extracted the carpets, and then we cleaned everything with literally a fine-tooth comb. Wow, those headlights came out so good. You're becoming a headlight pro. And I'm kind of getting a look at what this car looks like glossy, and with that grille not dead flat black, looks pretty decent. I think this car might come out okay, Rasul. Everything's just so black at night. Like this, it's terrible looking, but I think if we bring it all back to silver and chrome, it's gonna look pretty good. Washing a car in winter, this is what happens.
Yes, it's too late.
Waited too long. It's all ice now. But this is a good sign of what it's gonna look like when the paint's clean, because it looks great wet. So I think with a buff, like a compound and then a polish, and now the headlights are clean, this car might actually look pretty good when we're done with it. All right, and we're back on the Crossfire. The Crossfire is partially getting buffed. It looks like the headlights are done and the hood is done. Yep. The hood looks great, and the fender looks great, and you're making your way around. Those headlights came out unbelievable. Today I'm gonna try to pull this dent best I can. We're gonna remove that grille and this insert right here. We're gonna paint those silver, and then we have to remove the wheels, the plastic dip on the wheels. We've already had it on the lift. We already did the services?
Yes.
The noise that I was afraid was the differential.
Was the parking brake.
Parking brake. It was not the rear differential. It was the parking brake just grabbing as the wheels rotated. So what did you have to do to get that out? Just release it?
Just release it, lube it up, put some grease on it, adjusted it so they were adjusted in, and
Best case scenario.
yep.
So what else did we do to it?
Just trying to find the seat.
Oil change?
No, didn't need an oil change.
Did not need an oil
Just,
change. So it was emergency brake, was frozen, was sticking. So that is pretty amazing. All right, let's get this all cleaned up over here now. Cool, thanks Dave. Well, looky what I found as I'm taking the grill apart. I noticed nothing here holding it, nothing here holding it. So what's holding it on? A bungee cord. That's a bungee cord holding it on. And there's a very nasty air filter right there. So if we just remove this, which is good for removal, not so good for putting it back together. Not easy to do with one hand. All right, I'm gonna get that silver now today. Before and after, but that is very fake chrome. I'm not into that color at all. So if you look And here's the grill. I'm not completely happy with this like fake chrome, so I'm probably gonna go a little different silver, maybe like a gunmetal. And while you look at the Crossfire, just so you get an idea of what the paint looks like, there are plenty of imperfections in here. A lot of scratches, a lot of swirl marks, water spots. You can kind of see it right there, so pay attention to what that looks like now. And then what Rasul is using, you're on a rubbing compound, right?
Yeah, heavy
So
diamond
he's using
cut because there's a lot of scratches.
He's using a diamond cut to get rid of the scratches and the swirl marks, and then we'll use a fine polish afterwards. Here's the air filter covered in muck, so we're just gonna take an air line, blow out all the junk out of those inserts, and then we can put it back. What do you guys think? Is that too silver? I actually don't think so.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does look better than I was expecting. This badge is only almost double-sided tape, so I can just kind of pry it up and get it off. And just like that, it's off. I think I'm gonna try to get the paint off this circle so we can see the Chrysler emblem. A little reducer, and the Chrysler emblem starting to come back. All right, so Rasul spent 2 hours trying to remove the plasti dip off of this one wheel. You said you used brake clean, used like thinner, reducer, heat gun, nothing worked. This right here, this gel stuff right here, aircraft paint remover. Yeah, aircraft remover it's called. So it's a gel. We're just gonna put it on this brush and I'm gonna put it on the wheels, let it sit, and let's see how it works. Just gonna leave it on there. I mean, it'll strip the paint off the car, I believe, so it should take this stuff off. And then I'm probably just gonna power wash it off. And Rasul polished this up. So the wheels, I'm gonna leave the aircraft remover on it for a little bit. Rasul just did a rubbing compound to this area. And we can put the grill back on. Not with the bungee cord. Nice. Those headlights still blow my mind. That looks great. Thank you, Rasul. That's about as good as I'm gonna get the dent to be. All right, plastic dip removal, an absolute failure. I tried to put air behind the plastic to get it to blow up like a balloon. That didn't work. We used brake clean, we used reducer, we used thinner. Now we used aircraft remover. None of it has worked. That 2.5 hours time, nothing is working. Even on a wheel that I did use aircraft remover on, like it is just, it's not coming off. It is crazy. So poor prep, too much plastic dip, I don't know, but I'm not gonna spend any more time being wasted on these wheels like this. This is ridiculous. This is as good as it's getting. Wait a minute, Rasul, I have an idea. Those wheels are trash. 6-lug, they wouldn't fit. But what does it take to get a set of 20s with some mud tires on this car? I might have a new winter car. We put like a nice set of Jeep wheels or something? Jeep, Mopar, Chrysler, Mercedes. I wonder if it's the same bolt pattern. Jeep wheels and Chrysler Crossfire wheels. Hold that thought. So this is 5x112, and Jeep Wranglers are 5x114.3 or 5-on-5, which stinks because I have a ton of lifted Jeep wheels and a ton of GM wheels too that don't fit. That is tempting though. All right, this is driving me nuts. I don't like those tailpipes. Hold this right here, Rasul. I cut some nice lines. I'm gonna tape some nice lines. Let's see if I can cut a All right, it's been about a week's turnaround time. The car is, for the most part, finished. And I haven't even taken this thing for a ride yet. Let's go for a ride and see if it's at all even fun. I have no clue. Never driven a Crossfire. There's like a huge cult following in these that I've learned. There's forums about them, and there's people that are really enthusiasts about these. And if you get the SRT Crossfire, those come supercharged, which must be a blast. So that must be like the SLK AMG version. I don't know, you guys probably know more than I do. Why don't you tell me? All right, let's see if this thing is at all any fun. You told me it was fixed. You told me it was fixed. Do you even test drive? Did he even drive it? This is the job. This is the one thing I said is it grinds. Oh yeah, I got it fixed. I know, this job is so frustrating sometimes. It's infuriating. It's grinding. It's still grinding. So, obviously the problem wasn't repaired. It sounds pretty good now, actually. I just don't trust this car. This isn't something that I want to sell to anybody. Let's go park. I'm going to do a final overview. We'll see what this car looks like because it came out great looking for the most part. but actually it's running all right. Sounds all right too. Sounds healthy. So I had mentioned earlier it smelled like chloroform in here. I used my ozonator overnight and it killed everything. So for the most part, which seems to be the theme of this car, for the most part, the smell is gone. It's tolerable now to be in here. Sounds good. Wow. I like this exhaust. It sounds clean. All right, so the grinding did go away, and to be honest with you, it's driving great. It feels healthy, sounds good, it's fairly fun. I mean, it doesn't have a ton of pickup, but it's fairly fun. All right, let's really get on this. Sounds kind of cool. Pleasantly surprised with this car, actually. Okay, so I bought this car a little over a month ago. I was not too enthused to work on it. It took me about 2 weeks to get to it and then 2 weeks to finish it, start to finish. My absolute favorite thing we've done is the headlights. These headlights came out amazing along with the grille. The front end has completely transformed from what it was. We also painted down here too, just to get back to the original silver. I think the front end came out beautiful. Now there was a dent that I pulled here, and that's about as good as I can get without doing some like PDR. I'm not a PDR professional. And I had to actually bend this piece to get it to mount flush because it was sticking up and, you know, whatever. I did the best I could with it. I'm not a professional body man. I'm not a professional at anything, really. So I did the best I could with what I have, which is probably what you're gonna do when you're watching this. You're gonna do it in your yard or in your garage and try to figure it out on your own. There is one thing that I hate about this car, which I will show you in a minute. It's good from far, but absolutely far from good. The paint came out beautiful. So looking at it from here, the paint came out really nice. There are some rust spots. I just did not want to do rust repair because if I dig this out, it's gonna start to be this big and you'd have to blend. Like, look at how big the quarter panel goes. Quarter panel goes from here all the way down to here. So you either paint it and then you have mismatched paint right here, or you blend it up and then you're painting an entire quarter panel up through the roof. Now these taillights are a little dull, I think. They look foggy to me, I'm not sure why. The rear bumper and everything came out great. What's in here? Yeah, all right, nice big stain in there. And then going to the passenger side, car came out pretty good. I'm pleasantly pleased, surprised, impressed with this. The interior is my favorite though, because it was really gross and it really smelled bad. And now we have nice clean leather. We have a nice clean dashboard. Let's go under the hood, and then under the hood. There we go. The car looks great and it drives great. Now I didn't do as much as I could have done to the engine. A lot of times I'll paint the covers so they look cleaner. I just left it the way it was. To be quite honest with you, just because I'm not really enthused about this car. Some of them I'm passionate about. This one I'm not. It was rougher than I thought it was. When I bought it, it wasn't, I don't know. I just thought it was gonna be a lot cooler and it was way rougher than I thought it was gonna be. Let me show you the thing that I hate about this car. These wheels were unsalvageable. I could not peel the plasti dip off. Like, I just couldn't do it. I would love to hear your tricks on how you guys remove plasti dip. I could not get it off. We tried to grind the wheels down and then we painted over them after we primed them. I mean, there's just so many layers of paint and oxidation on the aluminum wheels that I couldn't do anything with it. And I didn't have the center caps. They look really, really bad. Here we go again. I just can't get all this stuff off. And that wheel, Rasul spent hours on. And then going over to this side, like this actually was the best wheel and it still doesn't look that good. I don't know what to do with it. What is this car worth? I have no idea. I mean, there is value to it. Is it worth $5 grand? Is it worth $7,500? Is it worth $8,500? Or I paid just under $3 grand. I'm into it. Is it worth the $3 grand that I own it for? I really don't know. I'd love to hear what you guys say. Hey, sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. I don't know if I won or lost in this one yet. We'll see. I'm 50-50 on running it back through the auction or selling it retail to somebody and letting them finish the project. I'd love to hear your opinions down below. Thanks for watching. Always the thumbs up is appreciated. If you hit the bell below, you get notifications every time we make a new video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Adios.